You hear a gentle snick. The lock is open. The door hinges squeak in protest as you open the door.
Who is it, Toby? He came to visit while I was sleeping? Did you ask him what he wanted? Well then, ask him now.
You say, hello.
Hello? Do you live in the castle now too?
You tell about yourself.
I never met a real hero before. Why'd you come here?
You start to tell what you're doing here.
Toby, it's not polite to interrupt. How many times do I have to tell you that?
You tell her about the innkeepers.
I miss my mommy and my daddy. But I can never go home. Not now. Toby says this is my home now. Toby's my best friend. We play games and tell stories, and I never had a real friend before. Toby says I'm his best friend, too. My name is Tanya, and this is Toby. What's your name? My mommy and daddy don't like me anymore. I did something bad and now they don't want to see me ever again. Sometimes I miss my mommy and daddy. I know, Toby, you and Aunt Trina take good care of me. I wouldn't want to leave you ever. But I still miss my mommy. Toby used to visit me at the inn. My mommy and daddy would not like it if they saw Toby. They wouldn't let me play with him, so I didn't tell them about him. One day, Toby brought me a beautiful doll. I never had a real doll before. I named her Vanna. But when my mommy saw Vanna, she got real mad. She tried to make me tell about Toby. My mommy and daddy yelled at me. They scared me. They took Vanna away, and they wouldn't let me see her ever again. I didn't want them to do that to Toby, so I ran away with him. Aunt Trina says my mommy and daddy won't like me now. She says they will be scared of me like they were scared of Vanna. I don't want my mommy and daddy scared of me. I will never go back again. I know, Toby. You should go now. I don't want to talk about bad things. That's a scary thing. That's how come we always used to have garlic all around at the inn. Mommy and I used to braid the garlic and put it up all over the place to keep out the bad things. I don't like the smell of garlic. I had to wear garlic around my neck all the time. Now I have a pretty necklace instead. See? Isn't it pretty?
The necklace is on a choker chain, completely covering the little girl's throat.
A long time ago, I used to live at the inn. But now I get to live here. I don't have to be afraid of the bad things all the time. Now I have Toby to protect me. This is where I live now. I have this whole room to myself and Toby. Sometimes I get to go to the hall with Aunt Trina and play with Cuddles. Cuddles is Aunt Trina's pet hound. He's my friend, too. Aunt Trina says she will be my friend and take care of me. I like her. She gives me nice things. She sent Toby to me. She says I'll be her little girl forever and ever. That's the place with the big fireplace and all the fancy statues. Sometimes I dance for Aunt Trina there. It's fun. Except when the Dark Man is there. I don't like him. I don't like the Dark Man. I wish Aunt Trina never brought him here. Mean. I stick out my tongue at him all the time. Toby doesn't like the Dark Man either. Toby says the Dark Man can't be trusted. You should stay away from him. Aunt Trina says I dance very well. I like to dance, especially up in the air. That's really fun. Sometimes Aunt Trina and I dance all over the room. We dance on top of the statues and everything. It's like flying around and around. Toby says you ask too many questions and you need to go away now. Toby, you're being mean. Toby says he's here to protect me and make sure no one will hurt me. Toby says I'm supposed to stay in my room and not talk to strangers. Toby says that we live in the castle and you should go away. Toby, it's not nice to tell people to go away. You're supposed to ask them to go.
She's a lovely little girl, although rather pale. Her glowing golden eyes really set off the highlights in her hair. She does appear to have a bit of an overbite problem. That looks for all the world like an ornate coffin, sitting where a bed mattress should be. It's a big, nasty-looking hairy monster, and it's looking right back at you with a very hungry expression.
What is that? Toby, let him in. Toby, he has our dolly. Vanna, I thought I lost you. Look, Toby, it's Vanna. Thank you for bringing her to me. I thought she was lost. Where did you find her? Toby gave her to me. Mommy didn't like her. She kept trying to make me tell where I got Vanna from. Mommy wouldn't let me play with her. I was afraid Mommy wouldn't let me play with Toby anymore. Toby was my only friend. I didn't want my mommy to make Toby go away. I told Toby all about it, and Toby brought me here to Aunt Trina. She never takes my toys or friends away. Never. Mommy and I worked hard all the time to keep the inn nice and clean. And then my mommy, she never had time to play or sing anymore. And when it got night, she made me go to bed all by myself in the dark. It was really scary. I was afraid the bad things would get me. But nobody heard me when I cried. When I went out to the inn, Daddy would yell at me to get back to bed. I was scared. Daddy wouldn't let me have a candle or anything. He said it would bring the bad things. I didn't like the dark. But then, Toby came to my window at night. He would hold me, and he would talk to me, and he would tell me he would keep the bad things away from me all night. And I didn't have to be scared again, because I had Toby. When my mommy took my doll away, I was afraid she'd make Toby go away too, so I went away with Toby. Now I'm not afraid of the dark. I like the night. Aunt Trina says the bad things will never get me now, and I have Toby to take care of me. But sometimes I still miss my mommy. My daddy used to be happy. He would take me out walking around and talking to everyone in town, and the inn was always busy with new people to talk to, and I could stay up and dance while my mommy sang for people. Then the rains came, and then people didn't come to the inn anymore, and Daddy said that there were too many bad things. He wouldn't take me walking anymore. He made me go to bed when it got dark, and he said the bad things would try to get me. I can't go home again. And Aunt Trina says that this is my home now. She says that my mommy and daddy will think I'm a bad thing now, and that they won't love me anymore. Toby says this is my home now, and he loves me very much. I wish my mommy and daddy didn't think I was a bad thing. Then maybe Toby and I could visit them. Toby says Aunt Trina is his master. She sent Toby to be my friend so I would never have to be afraid of the night again. Yeah. Toby says I'm not a bad thing. It's just Mommy and Daddy who think I'm a bad thing now, but I'm not their child now anymore. Toby says I have to stay in the castle. People might get scared and try to hurt me in the town. And I have to go to bed in the daytime now. He says you should go because you make me sad. Thinking of my mommy and daddy makes me sad. Toby says he wants me to be happy and he'll do anything for me. He says he'd take me back to the inn, but someone would try to hurt me, so he won't.
You tell her about the inn and how sad it is without her.
If I went back to the inn, I'd never be afraid of the dark again. Toby says that everyone would be afraid of me now. I don't want them to be afraid of me.
You tell Tanya how her mummy misses her.
I miss my mommy too. Sometimes I want to cry, but I can't anymore. I just feel sad.
You adopt the traditional thief sign position, wiggling the fingers of your right hand and rubbing your belly with your left hand. No one seems particularly impressed. You tell about Erana's staff and how it can make Tanya back into a real little girl again.
I like the staff. It always made such pretty flowers in town. You say it will make me all better and I won't be a bad thing anymore?
You nod your head.
Oh, Toby, I can see my mommy and daddy again. Toby asks, what else will the staff do?
You try to explain about sacrifice.
Toby says he understands. He says you should take us to the staff now, so I can be with my mommy and daddy again. Oh, it feels weird here. Kinda happy. Icky. I'm scared. I know you'll protect me, Toby, but who will protect you? Okay, Toby. I'll protect you.
A weird voice sounds in your mind.
Death and life are now before me. That for which I am destined awaits me. The sacrifice of life for love. Your love for the child is great.
You see Toby silently nod his head.
Will you trade your life to give life to the child? Will you die willingly for the one you love?
No, Toby, no!
So shall the sacrifice be done. So is the sacrifice complete. I am again the staff of Erana.
I'm so sorry, Toby. I didn't protect you too good, did I? I love you too, Toby.
You take the sobbing child in your arms and carry her to the inn. You awaken her parents and are overwhelmed by their gratitude and joy. It is long before you manage to escape to the peace of your own room for what is left of the night. You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
I must thank you for saving our Tanya. You have brought joy again into our lives. We are in your debt.
You eat your plain but nourishing breakfast. It has more than a bit of garlic added for spice.
I don't know how we can ever thank you enough. It's such a joy to have my little Tanya home again.
You tell again how Toby sacrificed himself for Tanya.
He may have looked like a monster, but he obviously had a heart and mind of great kindness.
My Tanya is her cheerful, loving self again. I could never thank you enough for the kindness you have shown us all. I knew Tanya was alive somewhere. I never lost hope that she would return.
Bella, you heard his story. Tanya was dead, an undead, a Nosferatu.
She is fine right now, isn't she? As long as she's alive and well, what does it matter? I don't understand with all this talk about vampires and Tanya. She has returned healthy and happy, and this is what's important. Of course, I will never forgive the woman who stole my baby from me. Still, I think I can understand her a little bit. I, too, have always wanted a child such as Tanya. I am only overjoyed to have my Tanya back.
Oh, she is her joyful self again. The sound of a child's voice is the sweetest of music. We will do our best to show our love and never, never let her be afraid of the dark again. I have always found it difficult to express emotion. Mordavian men are not supposed to show such things. Yet I cried freely when you brought Tanya back to us. I cannot remember ever being so happy. I do not know what to make of Tanya's stories about vampires. It is hard to imagine my lovely daughter as an undead. Gladly, though, I would go to the castle and drive a stake through the heart of the one who stole our daughter from us.
I didn't like him. He didn't like me. He didn't like Katrina either. They were always having fights, but he had to do what she told him to do, and that made him very mad. I liked Trina. She was kind to me and gave me lots of nice things. She even taught me to read and write, but I'll never go back to her. I want to stay with my mommy and daddy. Toby was my best friend in all the world. And I miss him. I wish he could come and live with us here. I'm happy to be home again. Everyone in town has come to see me and talk to me, and it's fun to be important. I like it.
Remind the innkeeper that the vampires are still in the castle, and there may be other attempts at getting Tanya.
We understand, and we will make certain no vampire can come near her again.
You hear a chorus of responses, some coming from the kitchen. Goodbye, and thank you.
You have brought real joy to Mordavia by bringing Tanya back. When she was stolen, it was as if all the laughter here had been taken as well. You gave us back our happiness. Good day, and good to see you again. Good to see you. I am well, and I hope that you are also. I know only what legends tell of them, undead which drink the blood of the living. We have always had stories of them here. I have never known anyone here to be harmed by a vampire, that we know of for certain. I have not spoken of it before, because I know so little. Still, it is very bad luck to speak of it, and the memories of Mordavia are deep. They worshipped it in the monastery, that much I know. The members of the monastery stayed mostly within its walls, but the townspeople feared them. They said the followers were all like madmen, concealed in robes and speaking in whispers. Then one day they were all gone. We heard of the fighting down by the Dark One's cave, of course. No one returned here except for my grandfather. He brought this staff here and said Irana was dead. That is all I know of the matter. I am sorry if I cannot help you more. Be careful and good luck. The town is quiet now, and the rumors are few. Except for the ones about you. Take care.
The talk is that you're a real hero. People say you returned little Tanya to her parents. My. So, you haven't been eaten yet. We'll see how long you last traipsing about everywhere when you should be staying in this nice, safe town. Boris came back to visit me. We had a lot to talk about. He says he'll come back again after work. It was nice to see him. Seemed like old times. What would you like to know about? I've heard you really had a great adventure bringing Tanya back from that awful castle. Did you really have to fight hundreds of horrible monsters without even a sword? That's wonderful! You take care. Don't want to see your funeral. You hate that walk to the cemetery. Yeah, good night, and don't let the bedbugs bite, as my husband used to say.
Igor come back to town after dark the other night. See strange, pretty woman standing near gate. She look like she looking for someone. Igor go up to pretty woman. Igor say, "Hey, baby, want to light my pyre?" Little graveyard humor there. She not have sense of humor. She give Igor cold shudder and walk off. Igor in love. Or at least reasonable facsimile. Grave digging not so bad. Customers not complain. Little graveyard humor there. Crypt belonged to Borgov family. Used to be boyars and lived in castle. Now only Borgovs around here in crypt. Except last boyar. Nobody knows where his body lies. Igor go up to pretty woman. She not have sense of humor. Not too bad. Little graveyard humor there.
This is a little too easy now. You need to add more weight. You pick up 2 of the metal weights and put 1 in each of the baskets. Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now. After some rest, you feel better. After some rest, you feel better.
Everything in nature is of interest to the true scientist. You must learn to observe carefully and to take detailed notes. You never know what you might find.
You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome back, my young friend.
You tell Dr. Cranium that you would like to visit Silmaria someday, but fear you are trapped forever in Mordavia.
Ha ha ha! Silmaria, a lovely place by the sea. You must be sure to visit the Academy of Science there when you visit. I am sure you will have the opportunity someday. You really should take the time to learn some of the basic principles of science. Learning the nature of the scientific elements and the patterns of the stars will improve your life. Here you are, one freshly brewed healing drink. Sip it if you get hurt, and its beneficial vitamins and other ingredients will help your body to recover quickly. Here you are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote. I am happy as only a scientist can be. To know the inner truths of nature is to be truly content. The scientist never fails to observe nature. Why, if I had not gone on an observation trip in the forest, I would never have found that garden with all the rare and exotic flora.
You say goodbye.
Be careful out there. It would be a shame to lose such a promising future scientist. Of course, the real process of science is exciting only to those initiated into its greater mysteries. You should seek out knowledge wherever you can find it.